Hello again, it's Dominic. Now we're going to go through the software side of ProPresenter, how stuff gets where, what's outputted where, and how things get to their destinations. Just to start us off, we're just going to go over the screens again. We saw all the screens. We saw the monitor upstairs for ProPresenter. We saw the stage screen that's hung up on the wall. We saw the NDI screen that's sat up next to the booth. We saw the LED wall and the Nova Star that connects to it. And we kind of reviewed all of the live stream stuff. So start off everything attached to ProPresenter computer. We have these three displays. This first one is the monitor that you're looking at as you're running ProPresenter. The second one is the stage screen, which is hung up on the wall. And then this third one is actually the LED wall, the big screen. Funny enough, we send a full window, so a full 1920 by 1080 display to the Nova Star, and that is technically set up as a 1920 by 1080 image, but we're only using 1920 by 650 in ProPresenter. And to review how everything goes from ProPresenter out, we come up top here to screens and configure screens, and this will show us all of our audience displays and all of our stage displays. So of course the LED wall is the LED wall, and as you can see here, this is a full 1920 by 1080 being sent, but we're only using 1920 by 650 of it. We see we have the center of the image propped up to about 215. And then for live stream, we have key and fill. This is all the lower third text information, all the stuff that pops up at the lower portion of the image. Video live stream just is a duplicate send of what's being shown on the LED wall, so things like announcement loops, videos, slides, stuff like that. And then we have our stage screens. We have the wall stage screen, so this is the one that's hung up high on the wall, on the perch wall. This is the Samsung TV. And then we have the booth NDI stage screen. This is the one that's hung up right next to the sound booth. And a little cheat sheet for you here. If you go to this little window here and you click this little drop down, you can see what's happening on all audience displays or stage displays. So say we're in the middle of a song and we want to know if our lyrics are getting sent to live stream, we can go to key fill. And we can see down here that ProPresenter is saying, hey, I am sending this. I have received the command to send this. The same thing goes for scripture. So we hop down to pastor's message here, and we go to a slide with text on it like this one. And we can see the lower third has changed to this, and it is being sent. And we can also do the same thing if we want to figure out if any content is being sent through the video. So again, the video is just a duplicate of what's happening on the big screen. And then as far as the stage screens go, same thing. We can see on the big screen, the wall, that it is in fact sending this display information. And same thing with the booth NDI screen. And if we wanted to check on pastor's sermon as well, here we can see the booth NDI screen. Here are his notes, and here's what's on the wall screen. As for audio, again, if you remember, we use a Dante network for our audio. So this little guy that looks like a speaker or a horn is our Dante virtual sound card, and this allows us to use that second LAN port to send all of our audio information through our Dante network into the front of house speakers. And this little guy that looks like a check mark is the Dante controller. This typically doesn't need to be touched unless somebody intentionally comes in and changes something, but if the entire Dante network was awake right now, we would see the sound check computer, we would see alongside the ProPresenter computer and the AVIO for live stream, we would see Dante front of house and the sound check computer. And the Dante front of house would be the receiver, ProPresenter would be the sender. We would send channels 1 and 2 to Allen and Heath front of house 63 and 64, but because it's not awake, we don't need to worry about it. When it comes awake, it'll automatically pair. And I believe that's going to cover our software ins and outs for ProPresenter. We covered the 3 displays connected directly to the machine. We discussed how the screens are set up in ProPresenter as far as audience displays goes, especially for in-house and for live stream. And we discussed the stage screens for the people on the stage, such as the wall screen, the one that's hung up, and the booth screen that's run by NDI set up next to the booth. We talked about how we can get little sneak peeks across what is happening where with this little monitor screen here. And we discussed our Dante network. That is going to wrap up our ins and outs on the software side.